Hey everybody, Cynical Manor here, and today we're back in our Viggen, and we're going to be going over the RB75B. This method works for all the RB75, but I find that the B is the one that I like the most. It zooms in on the target a little bit. These are basically Mavericks, and we can fit them on all stations. So we've got 4 on board today. We're going to jump into the aircraft, and I'm going to show you what we got to have to use these. So we're in active pause, as you can see, but in the Viggen on the right hand side is your there's 2 dials here. There's actually more, but 2 dials beside each other. This one is for bombs to set the distance of the release. We don't care about that today. And this one is your selector dial for your weapons. So in the SJO mode is where you're going to start out. I've got a switch on my throttle that I use to go up and down on this. So the first one over is going to be the RB75. So any of the RB75s that you use, this will be your selection. Okay. There's a couple things we need to look at as far as the controls go. So one of the controls that I want to show you first is there's no actual master weapon or weapon armament on the Viggen. There is a safety switch. So this here in the center of the stick is the trigger safety bracket. We can click that and turn it on, or click and turn it off. But you want to have that bound to something, because if you're in combat and you want to use guns or bombs or missiles or air-to-ground missiles, whatever you want to use, you gotta be able to use that switch. So I've got it bound to something on my joystick. So let's take a look at that. We go into controls. I'm gonna hit what I normally use is my pickle button. It's called the trigger safety bracket toggle. Now you can set this up a couple different ways. You can toggle it like I do. 1 click lets it up, 1 click lets it down. You can set it for safe, arm, or you can do a hold. Hold is you hold the button and it's armed, and if you let go, it's unarmed. It goes back to safety. A couple other things that we want to look at for the Mavericks, or the RB75Bs. We've got a TV fix position. I've got that bound to a hat switch. We've got a TO fix that basically rebore sights the Maverick, so it's looking in front of the aircraft, and you got a T1 fix. T1 fix unlocks it from the bore, and you use your radar control sticks to move that around. And here's you got radar stick right, up, down, and left. And I've got those bound to another hat switch as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to come out of active pause, and we've got our same little group of targets down here. We've already put the Maverick into our selection here on the RB75 mark. So we're going to go ahead and release our trigger safety here. We'll zoom in, and let's get on board here, and we'll do a active pause. Alright, so let's look at the seeker head here. These things are very hard to see. As you can see, we're not looking at anything, but I'm gonna hit up on my for my TV fix, and that doesn't select anything. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to that. Let's look at it again. Adjust controls. We're gonna go to this T1 fix. Okay, and that's gonna unlock the bore. So T1 fix. Then we're gonna move it around with the stick here. And if we get close enough, we're going to hit TV fix again, and it's locked in. So we're going to hit fire, and we'll take a look at that. flash. Okay. So when flying the Viggen, let's come out of active pause here. When flying the Viggen, and you notice too when we fired that off, I'm sorry I didn't show you, but hopefully you noticed this went green again. So what you have to do with that is you have to hit your safety will be up. You'll fire your weapon. This will go green. You have to hit your safety down again and back on to get a weapon. So it just that's how you cycle through your next missile. So we're just going to come back around and I'm going to show you how hard this is when you're flying, especially if you're on a server or something, to get these things locked up. Sometimes it'll lock automatically, but it's a pain in the butt. Alright, so I'm at idle. And I did a no-no there. I used my rudder. Alright, so we're going to unlock it. We're going to zoom in. We're going to put this on the target. Let's go TV fix just to see if it locks on. And it did, actually. So we can fire. And we can close that off. And we got a hit. So a lot of times what I'll do is when I'm on a server, I use that little dot there. Or even if I'm not on the server, if I'm just flying by myself, I'll use that little dot. And that'll kind of get me close to where I want to mark it, because this reticle here is a pain in the butt to look through. It's really hard to see what's coming. And it's really hard to see sometimes whether you're marked on a tree or you actually got a tank or something lined up. So close that back off. I think we got two missiles left, something like that. Alright, so we'll zoom in again. We'll go for this target here. We'll go ahead and TV fix. Now let's look on that. It actually got it that time, so we'll fire off. So most of the time, if you TV fix and you got it where that dot is, that's going to work in your advantage. So you're not constantly having to look through that reticle. But, like I showed you, hit the T1 fix, and that's going to help you to slew that around with the radar joystick there. Let's see, I think we have one more missile left. Yeah, we got one more left. You can only carry 4 of these on the Viggen. So I'll swing back around and we'll try this again. I'm going to go into active pause when we think we have something locked up, just so we can look at it and talk about it just a little bit more than what we're able to do on the fly. I'm just looking for my target. Getting a little altitude. Decreasing, coming out of burner. Select our weapon, or take the safety off rather. And we're coming in here. We're gonna go on and swing over. Let's zoom in so we can see what we're looking at. And we're gonna say pause. Alright, so what are we looking at here? See what I'm saying? Don't know. And I hit TV fix, but guess what? There's nothing there selected. Oh, wait a minute, it's doing something now. We hit TV fix, so maybe we gotta wait for it to roll in there. It's rolling. What's it gonna do? But looks like it overshot. Alright, let's hit that to go back into TO fix to go back to bore sight. And it's still not working. So sometimes we have issues with these things. So I'm going to hold down on TV fix again. See if she'll swing around. that seeker head's looking for. It's just kind of moving itself around. That doesn't look like what we... Let's launch on it. Nope, nothing. So let's move it around here. Let's see what we're looking at. We're moving this ourselves. Alright, that kind of looks like our... Is that our runway? Nope. Nope. Looks like we're looking at the road there. See what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just kind of crazy. We're looking all the way down. Let's look back up again. Alright, looks like we're actually looking off to the left or something. Alright, there's the runway. Look how wonky that is. See what I'm saying? So we'd have to come over here. What are we looking at? We don't even know what we're looking at as far as, you know, as a vehicle. But it's wanting to lock it up, but it's not wanting to look. Alright, let's see. There's one. And we fire. Let's take a look at that. So it did come down, and it did hit. But you see what I'm saying? Sometimes that this thing, you have to kind of TO fix it, and then it still don't do right, and then you have to kind of come in and mess with it around a little bit to get it on where you want to be. Now I know if you're on a server, you can't do an active pause. Most servers don't allow that. So you just kind of have to fly around messing with it. So when you're in the air, say like you attack on a target, it's like we just fired and we're coming off the target. What you'd want to do is go ahead and select your next missile and TO fix it. Just hold that TO fix button until, because what that's going to do is that's going to make it look at the center of the screen, you know, where that little dot is. It's going to rebore sight it. So then you can come back in and on your target, and you can just put that dot over something and TV fix it and fire it off. That way you don't have to keep looking through that stupid reticle, because that reticle is old and antiquated. That's what it is. It's probably from the late 60s, early 70s, and just doesn't have what you need, you know, like a modern jet would, like a lightning pod or something like that. So hopefully that helped you out on how to fire the RB75s in the Viggen. And I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and leave me some comments, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.